Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yoga and Vedanta. Yoga is the technology and Vedanta is the science. The science is applied in life, then life becomes scientific. And when the science is not applied in life, we become doctorate holders. Those who are studying for doctorate, they are not fit to live in this world. Don't get any job. Then what has to be done? You get scholarship and then do PhD and become frustrated, unproductive in life. We have to have the knowledge and apply it in our life, both the things. So, what the knowledge tells us? Knowledge tells us we have two components in our personality. One component is matter and the second component is the spirit. And the third component is born out of these two. In matter there is no problem. Like the five great elements, no problem. Five sense organs, we see by the eyes, we hear by the ears, no problem. Mind, we think by the mind, no problem. So there is no problem in matter. Then the second thing, there is no problem in pure consciousness. So, as spirit, if we live, there is no problem. And as matter, if we live, there is no problem. See? Problem happens when we become Arjuna. See, get this point across. Before the war, Mahabharata war, Sanjay came to meet these five Pandavas. Along with Bhagwan Krishna, they were sitting there. So Sanjay came and gave a message how it is not right to have the war. And he gave a lot of data. And after that whole thing was over, then Bhagwan Krishna stood and said, Sanjay, I reply on behalf of the Pandavas because I will take their permission before I talk to you on their behalf. Dear Pandavas, would you mind if I reply on behalf of you? How can they say no? It is something like this. I am sitting in front of you. And if I say, hey, come on, tell me Ahmedabadis, do you love me? Now how can you say no? So, he was caught. And then Sanjay said, okay, you tell. Sanjay was told, kindly go back and tell your king, the war will be fought. Done. Over. After that, Bhagwan Krishna tells Pandavas, now go back to your rooms in your tents, get ready for tomorrow's war. So, five of them. Eldest was Yudhishthir, then Bhima, then Arjun, then Nakul Sahadev, twins. There was no problem for Yudhishthir whether to fight the war or not. Because he was very clear. First plan the work and then work the plan. There are some people who only plan, they never work. So he didn't belong to that category. So for him there was no doubt, there is no problem whether to fight the war or not. Number one. Number two. Bhima was very clear. I had to open the fridge, take out the coke and drink it. Therefore, he just opened the chest of Duryodhana and took his heart and drank the blood. In Mahabharata it comes. He did it. No doubt. Nakul Sahadev were the most intelligent one. Intelligent people always become followers. They are never the leaders. See? So, they decided why we should think, our elder brother has already thought over. If he is fighting, we fight. He says, go back, relax. So they were having no problem. So Yudhishthir, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadev, 4 of them had no problem in life, whether to fight the war or not. Now in between was Arjun Singh. Now Arjun Singh had a problem. And what was the problem? Whatever was told by Sanjay as a goodwill message from the Tau, from the uncle, that message created doubt in his mind. Why it created doubt? Because he started thinking. Don't think, friends, if you want to be happy. Relax. Meditation is this only. What is meditation? Chittavritti nirodha. That means don't think. When it is said in Sanskrit, it becomes scripture. When it is said in English, it becomes a bluff. Look here. So, they decided, let's not think unnecessarily. And therefore, they had no problem. Now, Arjun started thinking. Yes, if this war happens, there will be bloodshed. Naturally, in the war, there won't be a milkshake. There will be bloodshed. Is it a thinking or what? So many people will be killed. Naturally, it is not a maternity hall that the children will be born. On the battlefield, people are killed. Where is the problem? But then Arjun started thinking unnecessarily. Be attentive. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, there is one sutra which tells Dussangaha sarvathaiva tyajyaha. Do not be in the company of wrong people. And who are the wrong people? Those who fix you in matter, they are the wrong people. Those who take out of the matter, they are the right people. See, how the people fix us in a matter, worldly things let us leave aside, in the spiritual path. How we are fixed in the wrong places, if you do this thing, you will get more money. If you do this thing, you will get married. If you do this thing, you will get divorced. Look here. There was one boy in Bombay. He wanted to marry to a rich girl. And she said, I agree with you, I love you also. But I come from a very rich family, my father won't agree. So let us forget about it. But he said, no, I'll marry. So okay, then you try your best. But I can't tell anything about my father. He is a terrible fellow. He said, okay, I will walk from Bombay to Vaishno Devi, barefooted. Jai Mata Di, shadi kara do, jaldi kara do, Jai Mata Di, jaldi kara do, Jai Mata Di. He started. See? Our spirituality is fulfilling the desires. And then he reached there, and when it was known to that girl's father, he agreed, okay, get married. Because to get such a fool is a great difficulty. He who can just keep walking for a stupid girl such a long distance, can there be better fool than this? So, he agreed to get married. And what he thought, this boy, see, Mata Di ke Ashirwad se bevakoof, nothing else. After he got married, then he realized it is difficult to maintain a white elephant. See? And then the first attack of love was over, and then the leftover was left. See? And then he was frustrated. Again he said, I have to separate from her. Then, Jai Ma Dadi divorce kara. It is spirituality. See, friends, do not unnecessarily think. Arjun started thinking unnecessarily. Once you have decided, then do it, that's it. Don't worry about anything. And therefore, the Vedanta Shastra tells us, be attentive. Simply stop thinking is not the solution. Then think right, think correct. One of the most basic difference between yoga and Vedanta. And what is the reason? The reason is avichara kruto bandha. All the problems are born because of the wrong understanding. We are all carrying the burden of 4 wrong notions. One wrong notion about ourselves as to what we are, who we are. Second wrong notion about the world. The world is too much for me. Which world? Are the 5 great elements problem for you? No. Then what is the problem? Problem is mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. They are not in the God's creation. See, one man prayed to the Lord. Lord appeared. Oh God, before I got married to this girl, we were very happy. After I got married, I am terribly miserable. Why? God said, I created a woman, you created a wife. So, you are miserable because of the wife, not because of the woman. See, modified, not our modified. Modified woman is a wife, and then you suffer. So, it is not that we have to stop thinking chitta vritti nirodha, no. We have to think correctly. The correct thinking is wrong notions to be corrected. Be attentive. Vedanta does not remove one concept to be replaced by another concept. This is a basic difference in Vedanta and all other branches. You know, these people who get into this yoga, they come and talk to us. Swamiji, since I came in this line of yoga, then they say, after that I have changed a lot. Very good. I don't ask. What is there to ask? No, see, earlier I used to wake up very late, 10 o'clock. Since I came on this line, I wake up at 9:45. So, now I am improving. Earlier I used to take every day non-vegetarian. Now I take alternate days. Improving. Earlier I used to go to office late. Now I don't go. That I is maintained. See, maintenance of I is bondage. Vedanta tells us, you can never get freedom for I, you get freedom from I. See? And therefore, karma and upasana, which is indicated in Vedanta as the means, not the goal. See? Karmani chitta siddhartham. Karma is done for the purification of the mind. And what is the purification? Removing that which is not normally there. Like, my shirt, if you take. Now, if there is some spot here, red, blue, black, some spot, so everybody will point out, something dirty there. No, the whole cloth is the same color, then it is not dirty. If some other spot comes, then it is dirty. In the same manner, mind with something other than the mind is a dirt. Think. And when something is dirty, what do we attempt to remove it? Be very attentive. Desire is mind plus importance or value given to anything or anybody together constitutes a desire. Now that desire, because of the value or importance given to something or somebody, is a foreign body in the mind. And because of that foreign body, there is inflammation. And that inflammation is nothing but swelling of the mind. And that swollen portion of the mind is called as desire. See? Now, think, observe your own self. How many times you have thought about your ear? Even if you are a woman, very rarely. But if there is a pain, some mosquito has bitten, or some kind of small abscess has come, then all the time we keep on doing like this. Meaning, wherever there is abnormality, we give attention, is it not? How simple it is. So, in the mind, if there is a desire, which is abnormality, then we give attention. And what is the attention? I want to fulfill my desire. And when I want to fulfill my desire, what is the way to act? Think, be attentive. And what is then action of fulfilling the desire? Removal of the desire from the mind. Fulfillment of the desire is equal to removal of the desire from the mind. Suppose you wanted a cup of tea in the morning. So we have given importance to a cup of tea in the morning, and that has created, because it is a foreign body in the mind, it created agitation, inflammation of the mind, and then wherever there is inflammation, next time you see that portion is warm, hot, there is a pulsation, extra blood is flowing to that area. So the mind also starts working like that. Tea, 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 tea. Tea. Till I get a cup of tea, the mind remains agitated. Then what will I do? Have a cup of tea. The moment I take a cup of tea, maja aa gaya. Meaning, now the desire is removed. So what is the desire fulfillment? Removal of the desire. But you fulfill one desire, second desire stands. Tea given, but no biscuits. Biscuits come. These days, they are not preparing pakodas in our house. Okay, I think pakoda. Mirchi? Mirchi ka pakoda? Chutney to di nahi? There is no end to that. See, friends, we spend our whole life only in fulfilling the desires. If we have to write our autobiography in one sentence, what we will write? I have been trying to fulfill my desires from day one till now, but failed utterly. During the childhood, we were extremely miserable because we did not get sufficient number of marbles to play. Now we are grown up. Now we are miserable. There is no marble in the bathroom. I have to fix the marble. Marble, it will mar your bull. See, friend, there is no end to that. Therefore, when karma is done, Vedanta tells, don't do the karma for fulfillment of your desires. Do the karma for purification of the mind, and mind can be purified only through wisdom. See, if the stain is on the cloth, we take the stain remover. Only by doing the prayers you can't remove it. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 nothing will happen. You have to use the proper antidote for the stain to be removed. In the same manner, wrong notions are in our mind. The wrong notions are, I am incomplete without this object. Second wrong notion, this object is the source of happiness. The third wrong notion, if I don't get that object, what a life without a wife. The fourth, a wrong notion, wife is the source of happiness. All these wrong notions make us slave to our own thinking. See, and once we are enslaved by our own thoughts, then we become sentimental. And when we become sentimental, everybody is happy in the house, sitting together, and this Dumbo is looking at the fan. So, hey, what happened to you? Have you not seen the fan? I have seen. But why are you sitting like that? How should I say? Tell me. Then the vigilance officers in the house, the oldies, they immediately diagnose. He is suffering from lavaria. See? This is how our own thinking enslaves us. Get this point across. The Vedanta tells us, correct your thinking. And how the thinking can be corrected? Be attentive. When you were disturbed for want of tea, and you got a cup of tea, and you experience happiness, you can't deny that experience. Now the question is, where from the happiness has come? Has it come from the tea? If it was like the caffeine or tannin in the tea, if the happiness was also an alkaloid in the tea, every person who takes a cup of tea should have been happy. But this does not happen. But at the same time, I can't deny my own experience that when I take a cup of tea, I am really happy. Now this riddle we have to solve. Where from the happiness has come? So Vedanta tells us, when you wanted tea, your mind was disturbed. Disturbed mind is miserable existence. And when you get a cup of tea, the disturbances in the mind quieten. Quiet mind is peace, joy. Ashantasya kutas sukham. What Vedanta tells us, work on your mind through wisdom, not mechanically. See, what yoga tells us, if you do pranayama, your mind will be quietened. And it does. But how long? As long as the curfew of pranayama is operating, till then your mind is quiet. See? So you do the pranayama. Different types of kriyas, Breathe in from the left nostril, hold inside, breathe out from the right nostril, hold outside, then breathe from the right nostril, breathe in, and then breathe out. And you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 1, 2, 16. And in that, at least this happens with me, I forget where from I have pulled inside and where I have to pull outside. And you go on hanging on your nose till your nose falls down. See, friends, don't have this wrong notion. If you do pranayama, no doubt, the mind is quietened for a shorter period of time. But the moment the pranayama is lifted, again the mind becomes vibrant. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Prana bandhanat liyate manaha eka chintanat nashametyada. We simply don't have to control the mind. It is not enough. See? Jala Pakshivat. It is something like, the story you must have heard. There was a hunter, he sprayed a net and threw some grains. A lot of birds came. Then he collected the whole catch and tied it down and went for his own tea, coffee. And evening time, I'll take it back. And when it happened, then some birds, stronger birds in that same catch, they say, hey, let us fly. And a whole lot of birds with the net, they started flying. And this hunter wanted to go, oh God, they are gone. And then after some time they got tired and they landed. After they landed, then the rats came and they cut the net. The moment the net was cut, do you think the birds will remain there doing meditation? They just ran away. Exactly the same way. As long as the curfew of meditation is active, till then your mind will remain quiet. See? And therefore, the purpose of pranayama according to Vedanta is different than the purpose what is indicated in Yoga Shastra. See, in yoga, unfortunately, their attention is on the cow dung. You must have seen there are some people who always talk about kachre se kala. They are not looking something great. They are searching for all the useless things in the world, collect from there and then make, say how beautiful it is. In the same manner, what for we keep the cow? Do we keep the cow for a cow dung? Or a gomutra? Did I tell you the story of gomutra? Once I was going somewhere in Maharashtra, Aurangabad side, many years before, I was pretty young that time. And there was one only lady with me in the car. That is why I don't like anybody to take with me. And she was, Bhagat type, traditional Bhagat type. And something happened to our car, so we had to stop for half an hour. And I say, okay, repair the wheel, do whatever you like. So I came out. She also came out. I was looking here and there. I saw one cattle farm somewhere. I said, let me go, just take a round and come back. Swami, shall I come? I said, come. He went and nice 2-liter fresh new Bisleri bottle, she opened and threw the water. 24 rupees gone. And she came. Swamiji, come, I'll come with you. I said, okay, come. When we went inside, Swamiji, you are really great. What happened? I was thinking of collecting gomutra. So, please help me collecting gomutra from these cows. Now imagine, the whole journey with that gomutra in the car, there will be fragrance. I said, now how to tell this old lady? So I said, Mama, these are not our Indian Hindu cows. These are imported Jersey, American cows. Then they don't give gomutra, they give urine. Really? And I was saved. Do you want to take urine at home? No, Swamiji, then don't take it. We don't keep the cows for cow dung or urine. We keep the cow for milk. In the same manner, Yoga Abhyas is a scheme given for Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam, for recognition of your own divine nature. That is the purpose. But that purpose is forgotten. And then if you do this thing, you will live long. If you want to curse somebody, don't do that. But if you want to curse somebody, give him this curse. This curse I read on the backside of a truck. May you live long and your great-grandchildren torture you. Why live long? What for? The real fun of living is when you are young, not when you are old. Marta bhi nahi. All the people at home, they are waiting for celebration. See? Therefore, the pranayam or all the practices of yoga, they are not meant for health. Health cannot be the goal of life. See? All our terrorist bandhus, they are healthy. Can you imagine? That Kasab, whatever was his name, he is coming with a gun in the hand and tell the next police, "Pakad yaar, jara kamar pe dard ho raha." No, they are healthy. Health without wisdom is terrorism. See, friends, we have to be wise, not only healthy. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna tells this point. What is important in life is not steady posture, but steady wisdom. See, Arjuna's question, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava, stidadhi kim prabhasheta, kimasita vrajeta kim. Stitadhi means a man of steady wisdom. The wisdom has to be steady under all conditions. You cannot sit in meditation 24/7. Don't disturb, meditation on, take a detour. No. Our wisdom has to be steady. And steady wisdom comes only by proper understanding, not by mechanical force. So if you do pranayam, one of the yoga practice, and as a result your mind will relatively become quiet, and those who are not alert, their quiet mind enters coolly into deep sleep. That is how many students, when they sit for meditation, they start with the exclamation mark. Sit for a long time, 3 seconds. Then they become a question mark. Another long sitting, next 3 seconds. Thereafter, underline, And they call it as a sound meditation. You must have heard sound sleep. This is sound meditation. The reason is they are working mechanically. See, friends, when the mind is agitated, it is extrovert under the influence of desires, expectation, anger, greed, whatever abnormalities of the mind. Those gross mechanical abnormalities of the mind, they are relatively, underlined, relatively quietened, not completely. And that relatively quiet mind thereafter is engaged in ekachintanat. The chintan, the reflection about the one begins. Please remember, don't be afraid of thoughts. Those who are afraid of thoughts, they take to pills or pillows or pillow. Don't be afraid. Use the thoughts. Channelize the thoughts. The thoughts can be used and channelized if the mind is given some higher goal in life. See? Remember, here only it happened in Maninagar. In that Archimission ground, we had a talk. And after my talk, one youngster came down from the audience. I was coming down from the stage. And I said, "Get down, let me come down." "No, I got a question." I said, "But let me come down, then you ask your question." With that helmet, he came. "What is wrong?" Suddenly asking question. What is wrong if I run after girls? I said, nothing wrong. Run. Do you want a company? I can join with you. He was so frustrated. He expected that, oh, beta, you should not run after the girls. You should run after donkeys. He said, no. Is it okay? I said, yes, it is okay. This is your age. At this age, if you don't run after girls, then it is not wrong. If you don't run, then something is wrong. So run or run, no problem. He got so frustrated. You don't understand what I am telling. I said, my dear friend, you don't understand what is your problem. Your problem is, whatever you want to do, study or do some job, your mind doesn't cooperate and it runs here and there and therefore you are frustrated. Is it not? Yes, this is my problem. We even don't know what is your problem. So, then I told him, I said, look here. Higher the goal in life, lower things automatically drop. So simple. If the goal of our life is, I should get time on a timely cup of tea, third class goal. Think. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya, nacha yuktasya bhavana, nacha bhavete shantihi, ashantasya kutasukam. See? Ayuktasya buddhihi nasti. He who is not well disciplined with reference to the mind, he cannot have buddhi, proper understanding. Such a person will only misunderstand everyone in this world, including God. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? तुमको परेशान करने के लिए. नास्ति बुद्धि अयुक्तस्य. Second thing, nachayuktasya bhavana. Such a person is not able to accept the world as it is. We want constantly things to change according to our dictate. See? You must have seen in houses, particularly elderly people, they torture the children. If the child comes, if he is standing there, the elderly people have to show their presence. Why are you standing there? Sit down. They sit down. Not like this, sit properly. Sitting there. Have you done namaskar to Swamiji? Get up, do namaskar. Is he a furniture or what? See? And they get disgusted. We imagine the world should move according to our dictates. It does not happen. And those who do like this thing, they make a bonsai out of the children. You know a bonsai plant? It's very beautiful. It takes lot of attention to be given, pruning and cutting the main root and starving the plant, and it is not allowed to grow but not allowed to die. This is how we overdo and the children become bonsai. They are beautiful on a dining table, but the moment they are kept outside, and if a mosquito comes and sits on the bonsai plant breaks. No strength. See, friends. Therefore, na bhavana ayuktasya. One is not able to understand, let the world go its own rhythm. Let us not get involved unnecessarily in anybody's life. One of the most important things. But we are unable to accept it. And then thereafter only complain. Nachayuktasya bhavana, then abhavayatas shanti. And a person who is neither able to understand nor able to accept, he cannot be at peace. And a person who is not at peace, Ashantasya kutas sukham. How can he be happy? Be attentive. So what should be the goal that Vedanta tells us to fix in life? I'll tell you my personal experience. This happened in Calcutta many, many years before. I was with one of the great master who has influenced my life tremendously, Akhandanji Maharaj from Vrindavan. In Birla's house, this satsang was conducted. I was there every day for the satsang. Those days he used to speak only for 1 hour in the evening. Rest of the time we used to sit with him and talk and do seva. So, one evening when we took him and make him sit, he was very ill in the last days. So he was made to sit. Then he said, kindly arrange my lungi properly, people should not think that I don't understand. He was so much videya, not even aware of his body. So we covered him like that and he sat. And a Marwadi crowd, most indisciplined. Anybody will come anytime and talk among themselves, and then somebody will come and put the chandan and the mala and a paperweight on the book, and then take a pradakshina. And in that chaos, one person got up and he read a question paper. Not one question. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. And in that chaos, I was getting so angry, agitated. Oh God, these people should shut up their mouth. How can Maharaj understand what he is talking? That was my agitation. But I had to keep quiet, no way. But I was quite agitatingly biting my teeth. And after that question paper was read, Maharaj Shri was at peace. Then he heard that whole question paper without getting distracted by all the distractions around. And he restated those questions in his language, which were including all the answers in one go. That day, I have changed the goal of my life. I don't want to see God. God realization, I don't want. Then what I want? Be at peace with yourself. If you are at peace with yourself, you will be at peace with the whole world. Peace with yourself doesn't mean that you are done with it. Zyada hi peace ho gaya. See, when you are at peace with yourself, you are extremely alert. You are perfectly vigilant. Alert about what is happening through every experience. Vigilant, are we getting derailed in this world? See, that is the goal of life. When you keep this goal of life, automatically all your reactions with the world will come to an end. Because for me, the most valuable commodity in the world is my peace of mind. Those who get disturbed and agitated because of others, they are the fools of the highest order. One youngster asked me one day this question, that Swamiji, you have been giving talks for so many years, I am listening to you, but the people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, why should I feel bad? On the contrary, I feel good. They should not change. They should continue to be miserable. Then my market is maintained. If you all become wise by this lecture, tomorrow nobody will come. Thank God. See, your prayer may be Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. My prayer is Sarve Bhavantu Ajnaninaha. See, friends, don't justify yourself being miserable. This is the goal of life. Don't justify. And whenever we justify ourselves being miserable, that means we do not want to get rid of the miserable condition. See, this is the approach of Vedanta. So when pranayama is done, no doubt, relatively the mind remains quiet. It is something like this. Take a gross example to understand this point. When, let us take, I wash my lungi, let us take cotton lungi, and nicely wash and rinse and, to squeeze it out and put it on the tap, and thereafter I finish my bath and all that, and now I'll put it for, drying, and as I forget. And then in the evening when oh God, I have forgotten my lungi, I take that lungi out and try to open. What will be the condition of that lungi? Bharatanatyam. Now I can't put on that lungi, it's cotton one, too many wrinkles. Then what do I do? Okay, let me do the ironing. But the wrinkles have become very hard. It is a cotton. Then we spread it and sprinkle little bit of water. For what? For softening the wrinkles. Be attentive. Only softening the wrinkles is not removing the wrinkles. Thereafter, we take istri. You know istri? The one who is very hot. In our UP, they cannot say any word starting with S without the prefix of E. So, istar, istyle, speak, like that they say. So, stri, istri, both of them are hot. So, you take that istri and those softened wrinkles, on that when you move the istri, all those wrinkles disappear. Now the question is, you have seen the wrinkles? Yes. Now you have removed? Yes. Show where they are. They are nowhere. Because they are merely appearances. Although they are mere appearances, they make the cloth look dirty and ugly, is it not? Be very attentive. In the same manner, the mind full of desire, anger, lust, greed, passion, envy, jealousy, vengeance. These are the uncalled for wrinkles of abnormal thoughts in our mind, which makes our mind very ugly. This portion of softening these ugly thoughts in our mind is achieved. I am telling softening, not removing. Softening is done by pranayama. So you do pranayama for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Thereafter, now take these three of wisdom. And what is the history of wisdom? Wisdom istri is ekachintanat. You are out of that mind. Now the mind is employed for some job. Friends, disciplined, engaged and educated mind is a controlled mind. The mind which is not disciplined, the mind which is not educated, and the mind which is not engaged, that mind is a tyrant for us. And we all suffer because of this mind most than anybody else in the world. Bhagavad Gita says, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmana. Our mind is our friend, our mind is our enemy. If the mind is well controlled, educated, disciplined and engaged, that mind is a friend. Why that mind is a friend? Because now that mind is available to us. Who is a friend? A friend is a friend in need, is it not? So when there is a need, the friend is available. Our mind is our enemy. See, friends. So only mechanical control by pranayam is not the solution. See? And therefore, we take up after this point pranayam, quieten the mind to some extent, then ekachintanat. Now engage the mind for the one. There are two types of ones. One type of the one is the one which can be divided and multiplied by 2. There is another type of one which can neither be multiplied or divided by 2. Now which is these two ones? The first one is the finite one. See? And the second one is the infinite one. 1 chocolate plus 1 chocolate, 2 chocolates. You can add. Take half bite, half chocolate. But infinite, neither you can multiply nor you can divide. Plus minus anything to infinite continues to be infinite. Therefore, ekachintanat. Let us find out the one. Now the mind is engaged. Now see, we have done pranayam, quieten the mind to some extent, and immediately now engage the mind in contemplation. Don't struggle with this funny notion that you are sitting and then now the Guru Maharaj told, you will see the light. Kahan gaya switch? Kahan gaya switch? Upar hai ki niche? Light to aa hi nahi raha. Sit for, a long time for the light to come. And ultimately you get up. I don't know what happened, Kiska muh dekha tha subah, light dikhi nahi raha. Then the wife tells, how many times I told you, early morning, don't shave standing before the mirror. You have seen your face first in the morning and therefore your whole day is gone. See, friends, these are all the cartoons of spiritual life. See, don't do all that. That is not the goal. Like buying a beautiful car cannot be the goal. See, getting married cannot be the goal. Socrates told, every man should get married. If you get a good wife, you are happy. If you get a terrible one, you become philosopher. All the philosophers are because of the blessings of the wife. See? So when our mind is thus now engaged in contemplation on the one. Now see, from here the process that will tell you, right away you will be able to get the glimpses of the truth. Truth is now and here, or else nowhere. It is uncreated. It is not created as a result of any practice. It is not the fruit of action. Okay? So, ekachintanat, we start now contemplation with this mind. Now this mind is no more engaged in the worldly themes. Husband, wife, children, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, everything is kept out. And the mind is not allowed to go to sleep. Now be attentive. If the mind is not immediately engaged in ekachintanat for the contemplation on the one, the mind will start playing fool. Either the mind will take us to the memory lanes of the past, or the mind will start projecting some imaginary future. The reason is, mind cannot survive in the utter present. The moment the mind comes in the absolute present, mind disappears. And who wants to die? Nobody wants to die. Mind also doesn't want to die. So what the mind does is bring out the stolen snacks when nobody is looking here and there. Bring the past or worry about the future. See? And how do we bring the past? I went there for meditation. In that place in meditation, they were switching off the lights. This Babaji is not switching off the lights. What is the reason? If this light is also there and that light also comes, which I can understand, which is which light? Mind is successful. Mind will not allow you to remain what you are. See, friends, therefore, when the pranayam has brought the mind to softening of the worldly thoughts, now the iron box that you are moving on the mind is immediately engage the mind in reflection on the one. Then we come to know objects are many. Take only one object. Like sound, only one object. Now, sounds are many, hearing ability is one. So discard those many sounds, come to the hearing ability. Hearing ability is also different at different times. But the mind expressing through the ears as hearing ability is one. We come to the mind. Now, mind also has many thoughts. But the one who is illuminating all the thoughts, the presence of the thoughts as well as the absence of the thoughts, is the one who is beyond the presence and absence of the thoughts. And this one is not one per head, but the one expressing through the totality. Now this is the data given to us. Now start working with different experiments. According to Vedanta, meditation should not be done. Then we should start living in meditation. In the second chapter, Bhagavan tells this. What is the meaning of living in meditation? According to Vedanta. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmannevatmana tushtaha Tita prajnastadocchate. When we are maintaining zero level of desires, when we have zero level of desire, we do not go away from ourselves. Every desire about every object, every person takes us away from ourselves. We go away. So when Bhagavan says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan, O Arjun, when all the desires in the mind are quietened through wisdom, see, not through suppression. First suppress, then educate the mind, convert the suppression into sublimation. This is the technique. You have to begin with suppression. But don't remain only suppressed. Educate the mind. See? And then that sublimation is a healthy condition of withdrawal. Mind is sublimated. So this is living in meditation. Oh, no desires. Then I can understand. What is that? When I sleep, there is no desire. Does it mean this? No. Atmannevatmana tushtaha, the second condition. Living at a zero desire level, at the same time, you are at peace with yourself. See? We are in the midst of the whole world. The whole world is available to us. And yet, none of the worldly things are having freedom to attack our freedom. Remain untouched. Like the lotus leaf is born in the waters, is maintained and sustained by the waters, it lives in the waters, and yet it is not influenced by the waters. This is living in meditation. The traditional yoga meditation, half an hour, 1 hour, you can't live like that, 24 hours meditation. After that what? Frustration. No. We have to live 24 hours in meditation. It is something like this. Do we do waking, or we are in waking and then do the things? Think. Do we do dreaming? No. We are in the dream experience and then do the things. Do we do sleeping? No. We are in the sleep and then snore. Try to snore when you are awake. You cannot. And try to stop snoring when you are sleeping. You cannot. Because you are not there. When you are not there, who is doing meditation? See, friends, therefore, meditation is not done. We have to remain in meditation and then conduct ourselves in this world. This is Vedanta Yoga. See, friends, therefore, first of all, we live in this world at zero expectation level. And zero expectation or desire level is equal to zero complaint level. No complaint about anything or anybody in the whole world. Give it a try. No, I have no complaint about anything except my neighbor. Gone. See, just give it a try. I'll tell you, once I distributed this, we live here at zero complaint level. Sticker I have prepared, big sticker. Some place I have distributed them. We got this sticker made in Raipur probably. And that guest house where I was staying, so that lady told me, Swami, it's really good sticker. You only put first by your hand on the wall. So at my level I was just, no, not here, you put it up there. So I had to climb on a chair. These people make us dance the way they want. See? So I got on the chair and fixed it. Swamiji, it is Teda, like the Best Buy, it is Teda. I said, you are complaining, read what is written there. We live here at zero complaint level. Don't complain. It is like this. Give it a try, friends. Make it as a most important spiritual practice. We have no complaint about anything or anybody in this world. This experience of yours is living in meditation. Because when you don't complain, there is no other. When you complain, there is other. See, friends, now to consolidate this experience, now start playing meditation. So first I told you, don't do meditation. You have to live in meditation. Living in meditation means living at a zero complaint level. Clear? Now, to consolidate this, we do experiments. And experiments is, don't do meditation, but start playing meditation. Play. So whenever we play meditation, what happens? Like the children play, mummy, daddy, two of them. They are playing. Do they become mummy, daddy? Because it is becoming a mummy without becoming a mummy. Becoming a daddy without becoming a daddy. Now apply this principle. Do meditation without becoming a meditator. See? Meditation without meditator is living in God. And if we are living in God, there cannot be any problem. God doesn't have any problem. The moment you start getting disturbed, अरे मैं भूल गया, मैं तो God हूँ ना. Play, man, play. See the joy of life. This is what pranayam is meant by Vedanta, unlike yoga. Only mechanical application of the break doesn't help. Remaining we'll say tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.